How would you like to harvest fresh veggies late into the fall and possibly into the winter? In today's video, I will list 8 vegetables that you can plant in October that will allow you to do just that. For those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Linda and I'd like to welcome you to Veggie 360, where you will learn how to grow year-round in small spaces. But before we get started, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Here are the 8 veggies that you can plant now and harvest well into the winter and early spring. I've divided these veggies into 3 categories, the first one being leafy greens. This includes collard greens, kale, mustard greens, and Swiss chard. The second category includes the salad greens, such as Mache, also known as corn salad or lamb's lettuce, as well as spinach. The third category includes radishes and turnips. For more information on each of these, let's start with collard greens. Collard greens are considered hardy, doing quite well in temperatures below 28 degrees Fahrenheit. And in our garden, we actually grow these all winter long without any frost protection. They mature at 40 to 65 days, depending on the variety. Kale is also considered a hardy vegetable and actually benefits from the first frost in that it gets sweeter, more flavorful. It too matures at 40 to 65 days, depending on the variety. Mustard greens are hardy, but they mature faster at 30 to 40 days, and they benefit from first frost in that they get sweeter, less spicy, less pungent. Swiss chard is a semi-hardy vegetable, tolerating temperatures only as low as 28 to 32. So if your temperatures are colder than this during the winter, you may want to consider giving some sort of frost protection like a row cover or a mini hoop house. These mature at 40 to 60 days. Getting into the salad greens, Mache, otherwise known as corn salad and lamb's lettuce. This is one of the hardiest salad greens that we grow in our garden. It loves the cold temperatures and does quite well without any frost protection. I've actually gone out and brushed the snow off in order to harvest dinner. These are very fast growing, maturing at 50 days. Spinach is considered semi-hardy, tolerating temperatures only as low as 28 to 32. But it is ready in 40 to 60 days. For the root crops, radishes are extremely hardy, tolerating temperatures below 28. You might get some frost damage on the leaves, but the bulbs will do quite well since they're underground. They mature in 50 to 70 days, which is actually longer than the spring planted radishes, so expect a little bit longer days to maturity if you plant them in the fall. Turnips are also considered hardy, but the good part about turnips is they're actually a 2-for-1 type of vegetable. You can harvest the tops as turnip greens, and then you can also harvest the bulbs. They mature in 40 to 60 days, but definitely benefit from first frost because they too become less spicy, less pungent like the mustard greens. These veggies are very cold hardy, but the earlier in October you can get them planted, the better off they will be. The goal is making sure that these plants are established before the first frost. Now for my area, I am zone 7A, so my first frost date on average is October 23rd. Now that is an average date. I think this year we're probably going to end up beating that average because we're going to get down to 37 this weekend. So our chances of making it to the 23rd before first frost, pretty slim. I've included a link in the description below so that you can find the average first frost date in your area. You can harvest these leafy greens and salad greens early at the baby stage, or you can allow them to grow to the mature size. But you'll be able to harvest sooner if you plant them as transplants or plant starts as opposed to seeding them directly in your garden. It works for these plants, but then the root crops like your radishes and turnips, those don't transplant quite as well, so you're going to want to direct seed those. Now, depending on where you live, you may want to add winter protection, such as a row cover or a mini hoop house. And I've included a link to a video in the description below on the different ways that you can extend your growing season, and also how to build your own or set up your own mini hoop house. Now, as we go into the fall, not only are the temperatures going to continue to drop, but the days are going to continue to get shorter. This is important because the plant growth slows as the days get shorter, and growth actually stops once you have less than 10 hours of daylight. At this point, your plants will go into hibernation, and your garden basically becomes a walk-in cooler or an outdoor storage area. But as the days start getting longer, plant growth will resume once you have at least 10 hours of daylight. So I hope that you will try at least some of these 8 vegetables, because it's great to be able to harvest your own, especially in the middle of winter. They taste so much better when you grow them yourself. And you can't beat garden to plate in 20 minutes or less. Give it a try. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye now.